Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?
A delightful Wednesday morning to you and welcome to Ways Breakfast, #What Are You Saying? The platform for the informed, curious and passionate persons. Our conversation this morning is steered around hypertension and how to deal with it. This is where I ask you to join this conversation and other amazing discussions that we have here. You can tune in every Monday morning to Friday as we explore pressing discussions, public perspective, and inspiring stories right here on Ways Breakfast. I am your one and only Okikiola Taiwo Jalopo, and I welcome you to the show this morning. I'm grateful and glad to be here alongside my baby girl, God's Beauty. Good morning, God's Beauty.
Hi.
How you doing? I've not seen you in like how many
in ages,
days?
right?
How are you doing? How's
I'm
class
good.
going? I know that that's been like your top to-do list.
I mean,
how's
class
it
is
going
going
for
well. It's beautiful, right? We are at that pre-production era where we already have script out, but now it's to now put it into, something where everybody can be able to see and watch and all of that. So yeah, that's literally the journey. I mean, it's exciting, it's beautiful, it's challenging. Yeah, because it's not easy being a writer, really. People think it's that easy. It's not about bringing paper and bringing pen. Sometimes you have to, speak. Some of the times you have to first of all understand what it is that you even want to start writing about. It's more difficult than having to just talk. Do you understand? I mean, having to express yourself talking, you can literally use any words. But when it comes to writing, it's a bit more deep. It's a bit more. I mean, you have to first off have you have to be in a certain kind of space for you to put down certain things down. So really, it's a lot. But yeah. It's
and
going
be intentional
well,
about what you're jotting.
Emphasis on
well,
intentionality.
There's going to be a lot that I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn for free. While you are
Oh,
paying,
okay.
when you are done and you have graduated, I'll come and learn for free. Because why are you here now?
I mean,
besties.
But how are you? Tell me.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right.
How's
Grateful
the whole
for
politics
today.
stuff coming?
God, I beg. But yeah, we're pushing it. We're here, Nigeria.
You saw that stuff I sent to you, Abby, to the group. What do you think about that?
So on Monday we discussed it. I guess that because you went to class on Monday, you did not get to see the show.
I am so pissed. How did I enter second reading?
Wait.
God.
Wait. That topic, it'll be this morning topic. We'll still talk about it, maybe banter about it a bit, but let's just move on. Today we have a very, very pressing issue that has sort of been trending over the weeks, even months and years before today, but it has now become something that we necessarily have to talk about. According to the World Health Organization, approximately 30% of adults in Nigeria suffer from hypertension, a condition that can lead to heart disease, stroke, and kidney damage if left unmanaged. But the good news is that managing hypertension is possible, and it starts with diet. Today, we'll explore the foods that can help lower blood pressure and those that can worsen it. We have an expert guest who will break down the science behind diet and provide tips on how to incorporate potassium-rich foods, whole grains, and lean meat into our diet. We'll also discuss the importance of staying hydrated, exercising regularly, and monitoring your blood pressure. But first, we want to hear from you. Share your thoughts on our social media handles, from Instagram to TikTok to YouTube to X and Facebook. Just share with us. All our social media platforms are showing right now on the screen. We'll go on a break right now. When we return, we'll take you through the top stories across the globe. Please stay tuned. I describe myself as a polyhumanitarian, someone who believes politics should be rooted in love for country and empathy for its people. I'm thrilled to introduce to you Politics Uncensored, a show dedicated to tackling the political challenges that matter most to Nigerians. This is more than just a show. It's a space for honest, unfiltered conversations about the issues that shape our nation. From policy reforms to elections, leadership tussles to governance at all levels, and the overall political landscape in Nigeria. We will dive deep into how politics is impacting our everyday lives. So join me on this journey as we challenge the status quo, spark dialogue, and work together to build a brighter future for Nigeria. Let's make our voices heard and drive the change we deserve. Great to have you back from that break. Now let's take a look at the news from the pages of today's paper. We would highlight the top stories from The Punch, The Guardian, and of course the International Guardian. Starting usually with the International Guardian. Godspeed to you, guide us through that.
Straight in, let me quickly guide you guys through the Guardian newspaper. By the top left corner, we have that Trump can complain all he wants, but he can't stop his own economic mess. I love that so much because then you see a citizen of the United States coming out to say, Oga, I didn't stop complaining. The reason why we are in this mess is because of you. I mean, I love that so much, you know. By the top right corner, we have the judge orders United States officials to keep custody of migrants flown to South Sudan. We'll talk about that seconds from now, but let's quickly go straight into more. And we have there on the main headline, Israel still blocking aid for Gaza despite promise to lift says United Nation. So just when we actually think that, you know, the Israel and Gaza, they have finally come to a truce or something. I mean, I stated it yesterday, but right now it's not even looking funny because some of the, you know, the aid that Gaza actually needs, that's the Palestinians, the Israelites, the Israelis are not allowing them. Thanks to Bible, right? So they're not allowing them to, you know, get all of these things. I mean, medical aids and all of that. You know how it is with the whole war between the Israel and the Gaza. I just hope that, you know, they allow them to be. But I mean, this is something that I feel like right now we need other people to come in. Other people have come in, of course. I mean, other, you know, presidents, prime ministers have spoken about this whole thing, but it's not looking like these people are yet to come to a truce. I really don't know what to hope right now for them, but I mean, we'll keep it pushing. By the bottom half of the front page, we have the Trump rolls out Golden Tomb missile defense project and appoints leader. So on that particular headline, we have Trump, you know, ensuring that anything security is prioritized in the United States. And I think on that one, I think he's getting it right? Then I think that's all. So let's quickly go back into what I said I want us to talk a bit about, which is judge orders United States officials to keep custody of migrants flowing to South Sudan. So we have here a United States federal judge has ordered American officials to retain custody of a group of migrants who were controversially flown to South Sudan, halting any further deportation or transfer efforts. Now, this decision underscores legal accountability in United States. Immigration enforcement, especially concerning how immigrants are treated and transported. It brings attention to the limits of executive power and the role of the judiciary in protecting human rights and due process. So you know why? One of the reasons why I love this particular story a lot is, going back to what we said yesterday about how the judiciary, we always see a balance of power when it comes to the United States. I said that yesterday. Unlike here in Nigeria, where if the executive arm or the legislative is saying something, everybody is just quiet about it. You don't see the judiciary come out to, oppose the motion or something. So right now, right, what's going on? We know how, what's his name? Trump actually feels about immigrants and how he's telling everybody go back to your place and all. So there's this policy that came out with Starmer, that's the Prime Minister of the Prime Minister of the UK. I don't know if you saw that policy. The policy where if anybody comes to the UK to seek asylum and all of that, instead of them deporting you back to your country, because of course they would deny your visa and all of that. They don't want you to come and all. But if eventually you're there, what they will do is take you to another country. And somehow I feel like that's what Trump is also working with right now. So if you come to United States and you say you want to, seek asylum and all of that, instead of them telling you to go back to your country, they'll just take you to South Sudan. But then the judiciary arm has come out to say that it's not enough for you to. I mean, we hear you. We understand when you say that you don't want immigrants to be your nation and all of that. But then you have to ensure that whatever country you're taking them to, that place has to be secure and all. But then we know how, the South Sudan is with their whole conflict, the fight and all. So right now, the judiciary is coming out to say, instead of you doing that, just keep them there for, if you take them to South Sudan, at the end of the day, you should ensure that they are safe. You should probably look for a place there or something. Create something that will make them secure and all. And I feel like that's like the best thing, for them. Honestly speaking, like I said before, I like how, when you have the executive and other arms of government come out to say something, we also have people that will speak in the best interest of the people. Because literally, that's what the judiciary arm is doing here. It's literally just telling the executive that, oh, Trump, I hear you, I see you, I understand your angle from all of these things. But then if you have to take these people to another country, you should ensure that they are safe. That's what it is. And honestly speaking, coming back to Nigeria now, because I know that's where you take us to, it's important that we see these kind of things happen. Not certain kind of laws or certain kind of, certain kind of policies that really doesn't make any sense to me. Like the one that I talked about earlier. But yeah, that's all I have for you on the Guardian newspaper.
So let me comment. I wonder why people don't want to go back to their home country when they're being mistreated in another country. And I'm saying this particularly for Nigeria. I don't think that Nigeria has become that bad that when you come back, you don't find your way around it. I know that there are some red alert countries that I would not expect that when people are being deported back to their country, they take them back there. If you are talking about maybe Iraq, Iran, where there's bombing every day, like Gaza, like Israel. But these countries, like, I think that they should come together to look at, these are the red alert countries, and if we're going to be sending these people from this place back, we have to look for another country that is safe for them. This country is maybe in the orange, this is the green, this is the... So that way, when they are sending people back to their individual countries or other countries that are going to harbor these people, there's a plain line between their safety, what they want to do. Are they seeking asylum there? If not, what's the government of that country going to do for these people? What's even the documentation or the agreement between the United States and South Sudan? Why South Sudan? Why not any other country? You understand what I'm trying to say? So I don't think that, personally, I don't think that Nigeria is that bad for anyone who they are going to send back to come back home.
But then, most of the times on this particular story, it's also part of, people seeking asylum. If you're actually leaving Nigeria because you feel like, you're not going to be protected and all of that, not going to be secured for you. It just makes sense. But then I hear you, right? So this is what I think should happen. First off, there should be a consent given from, the person seeking asylum to, you know, the country that they are going to, they should be also know the country they are going to. Do you understand? Then there should also be that safety net. And that's why I like what the judiciary arm has done here. Because to be honest, anybody that is living in Nigeria and saying, oh, you're running away from this country, even though some of the times we know why they actually leaving, because they actually think, you know, the grass is greener at the other side. So we get that part. Do you get? But most of the times, what if you know, this seeking asylum is actually true and is necessary for them? I mean, we have so many people that have actually left Nigeria and they went out. If you read them of their books, I think David Duding is part of them, when he had to leave Ghana and all of that. I mean, that's probably one of like the things that he had to pass through to before he got to where he is right now. Do you get? So it makes sense. But then there should be that safety net that comes in. There should be the security and protection that is, you know, needed for whatever country that they're going to take them to. So I don't think the policy is a bad one, but then we need intentionality to be able to carry and implement it.
I think Nigeria's border takes everything and sundry. So I would not say Nigeria is the better person, is the bigger person in this situation. I give it to Nigeria for that. But let me quickly take us through the National Guardian here. The headline here reads, MPC seeks fiscal support on Naira stability, retains interest rate at 27.5%. And we have inflation rate diagram showing MPR, CRR, LR, and AC numbers there. On the right-hand side, we have LASG clarifies water sachets, PET bottles not included in the single-use plastic bans. And it's very important to note that if they take out pure water, this one, they're even speaking English, saying water sachet. If they take out pure water from the lives of Lagosians and Nigerians, it's almost like saying that they have killed them, because the cost of bottled waters or PET bottles in that sense is really on the high side. And with the poverty rate, it's almost insane to think that if you ban that without another form of, you know, solution, it just makes no sense. Another story here reads, Gateway 2025, over 10 million direct clothing sold in 10 days, says Olopade. ECOWAS at 50, Gowon restates Nigeria's foreign policy trust as Akpabio urges unity and stability. The last but not the least story on the Guardian newspaper says, we're sacrificing quality for quantity with universities proliferation, says Bajabia Miller. And I think we have spoken about university issues over and over again, how a lot of universities are underfunded, but we still have cases of people trying to rename universities, rebuild other universities. You see people bringing out bills, talking about how they want to, you know, bring out another university where it's still underfunded, and the ones that we already have is underfunded. On the Punch newspaper, we have maybe May 29th, Tinubu to review ministers' scorecards. President may get ministers' new assessment report this week. Low-performing ministers or ministries under pressure. And I like that, because one thing that has been very common with Tinubu is that he has been taking out ministers that he feels are not performing well. And May 29 is that day that every ministry is like, it might be me, it might be you, it might be all of us. And that's a funny thing. I think that's, while I don't, there might be like hidden agenda behind where maybe
Obviously.
some ministers are taken out and others are brought in, is to also state that we need to start checkmating ministries that are not performing well.
Yes.
And if they are not, they take them out. So maybe this is a good initiative, but I think that the idea or the intention behind it is what I don't know if we should question. But I'm hoping that this is a great one for ministries to start performing well.
Yeah,
But
I think it's a good one, actually. I mean, there's one in question that we've seen what's going on. So I think if anything, if nothing happens, then I cannot agree with you that, oh, there's something, you know, beneath that we're not actually seeing. If not, there's one particular, you know, minister that I think we are not seeing what the person is doing. In short, what the person is ministering and what the person is actually supposed to do. I know they tally. It's not in alignment.
Let's hope that May 29 gives us an exposure to those ministries.
Yeah.
But that's what we have on today's newspaper. We have to go on a break right now. When we return, we're going straight into our hot topic for today. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word. Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I know see light for my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need light.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we'll bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, we'll analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
Welcome back to the show. As mentioned earlier, today we're discussing the impact of diet on hypertension, foods to eat and food to avoid. But before we go straight into the topic, I think that there's one very pressing topic that I thought would make the headlines today, but unfortunately did not, and that was the stray bullet that hit the WAEC candidate that was going to write the exams, because in the news, it stated that these police officers were allegedly running after or trying to chase after some Yahoo boys in that sense and trying to shoot their tire so that they can stop them. And unfortunately, this stray bullet hit the child. But, Cosmity, does this story make sense to you? No, you have to say something. Does this story make sense to you? Trigger-happy police officers in the name of going after Yahoo boys in that sense. They said they wanted to shoot the tire. So I'm guessing lack of attention to target. I'm guessing wrong approach to justice.
Obviously.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't. So to be honest, it also just go back to say that when we talk about you know, insecurity, when we talk about the agencies that are supposed to be taking care of these things, you see, it just shows that there are a lot of work to be done. Now, if you remember the topic that we talked about during our tour and all of that, now there's something that I think I said, which is when if we have certain kind of tools that can actually aid, let me use a perfect example. Now, in the US, right, when somebody, you know, is over speeding and all of that, you don't see the police officers pursuing anybody. They allow you to do your thing. As you want to fly, fly. But then, at the end of the day, you see them go and give you your fine so that you know that they are actually checking these things. They're regulations. But we don't have that here in Nigeria. We keep having budgets upon budgets. I mean, it just keeps increasing, but we don't know where this money is actually going to. Money that is supposed to be utilized for the right reasons. Imagine our traffic lights and all of those things are actually working perfect, and we have CCTV that is checking all of those things. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Now, you are pursuing somebody at the end of the day, another person is not taking the bullet for you. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why are you pursuing them? If you have the right things in place, you will not chase them. The least you can do is you get their, what do they call that, this thing at the, I'm trying to remember the name. But you get the number for the car or something. I'm trying to remember. Then you actually go and check it. Then you trace with the car. You'll be able to trace who the owner is, and you get them arrested. Why do you have to chase them? It just shows that we don't have proper training in this country. Let's be honest. There are a lot of things that needs to happen.
It's really so sad, because right in the video, it's almost like just a lot of people commenting, and the Oyo State government has come to also comment here. The Oyo State government has confirmed that the police officer who fatally shot a secondary school student during a traffic stop in Ibadan is now in custody and under investigation. The incident, which took place Tuesday morning along Alakia Old Road, triggered widespread outrage and a protest march by angry residents to the state secretariat demanding justice. According to a statement signed by Solomon Olarinwaju, spokesperson to the governor, Seyi Makinde, the tragic shooting was sad, shocking, and totally avoidable. Emphasis on avoidable. The government extended condolences to the victim's family and assured the public of a full investigation in collaboration with the Oyo State Police Command. The boy was reportedly in a black tinted Honda Accord driven by his father, who was violating traffic rules by driving against traffic. During an attempt to stop the car, a police officer, now the focus of an internal probe, allegedly aimed at the car's tire but accidentally shot the student instead. Witnesses said the officer appeared to be trying to stop the vehicle when he opened fire. It happened so fast, said one observer near Baggy Market. The shot missed the tire and hit the boy. And this is to say that now the story is saying that this man was going to was taking his son to work. Other people said they were pursuing, you know, Yahoo boys in that sense, but it doesn't still take out the fact that this child was shot with a case that is totally avoidable. You have shot an innocent boy who doesn't know anything about this case, and now victims, as usual, the condolences, condolences, condolences. So beyond just getting justice for this family is to also checkmate what rules or what are the lines of actions when it comes to stopping somebody who is beating traffic. What are the possible things? And when you mention CCTV, it makes a lot of sense to me. One of the things that Lagos has been able to do is with this driving limit thing. There's CCTV in Ikeja on the 3rd Mainland Bridge, and it has automatically reduced cases of accidents, robbery, and a lot of things. If you overspeed beyond certain limits, you are going to get caught. And nobody's even going to pursue you. The CCTV is just going to send you your bill when you get to, or then you get arrested. So I think that these things should be implemented further so that we can reduce the cases of this kind of unforeseen incidents that can happen to anybody, not just a child. It could happen to anybody. It could even have happened to somebody just walking on the street. So I just hope that this family get justice for what has happened. But going straight into our topic for today is how we can manage hypertension and foods to eat and avoid when it comes to people who are hypertensive, or if you don't even know that you have hypertension. So first thing I would advise is please go and check your your blood pressure. Know if you have hypertension. Know if your blood pressure is normal, and if it is, do your best to keep it at that. And if you are now having hypertension, we would take you through how you can manage hypertension now. But let me just introduce us to, first off, how diet can help us with managing hypertension. And managing hypertension through diet is very crucial, especially in Nigeria, where 30% of adults are affected. Incorporating the right food into your diet can help lower blood pressure, while avoiding certain foods can prevent it from worsening. Talking about foods to eat, some foods to eat include fruits and vegetables. We're looking at potassium-rich options like bananas, which contains 338 mg per 100 grams of bananas. We also have avocados, which contains 485 mg per 100 grams. We have guavas, we have papayas, we have oranges, and tomatoes, which are readily available here in Nigeria. We also have nitrate-rich options like beetroot, spinach, celery, kale, and strawberries. We also have whole grain meals like oatmeal, brown rice, popularly known as ofada rice, and wholemeal bread, rich in fiber and mineral like potassium. We have foods like lean protein like beans, which is also very affordable in Nigeria, and legumes like black-eyed peas, soybeans, kidney beans, and black beans. We also have fatty fish like mackerel, salmon, tuna, and lean meats like skinless chicken and goat meat. I think I'm part of those people that when I buy chicken or when I buy turkey, it's that skin that I'm very much interested in.
Sure.
It's like the meat inside is not gonna give me, but you see that skin off turkey, off chicken, I really like it. But now they're saying that if you have hypertension, please stay off chickens with skin. You have to take that out. You also have to, I think goat meat is also a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if goat meat is very affordable in Nigeria. I rarely eat goat meat, but
I think to some extent it is.
It is affordable.
Yeah.
So this is just stating that hypertension can really be managed. We also have nuts and seeds like almonds, like walnuts, like peanuts, like chia seeds, like pumpkin seeds, like tiger nut. And tiger nuts, I know that one is very cheap in Nigeria. You can find 100 naira, 200 naira, 500 naira, depending on how much you want to get. These are rich in potassium, magnesium, and healthy fats that can help to manage hypertension. We also have other options like hibiscus tea, popularly known as zobo. We also have garlic. We have sweet potatoes. We have Greek yogurt and dark chocolate that contains, 70-85% of cocoa. Zobo especially, I would advise that people do zobo personally at home, because zobo has a mix of a lot of things when it comes to just picking it up outside, and this can also increase your high blood pressure if you don't properly checkmate where you get your zobo from. Garlic is something that is also very affordable in the market. Sweet potatoes, easily you can get a 500 naira or 100 naira or 1,000 naira sweet potatoes in the market just to buy it, just in case you cannot afford Greek yogurt and dark chocolate. And one of the very beautiful things that I've also noticed that people are now showing you how to make Greek yogurt at home. So maybe don't go as far as going to look for an overly packaged Greek yogurt that you don't even know what they just wrote the ingredients and they did not really tell you what they really made, especially those that are packed with unnecessary preservatives and all of that. So I like that now people can make their zobos themselves. Garlic is easy to get. Sweet potatoes is easy to get. Greek yogurt can be made at home. Also to note that it's not just the food to eat. Now we also have to talk about the foods to avoid, and they can include salty foods. People that like salt in their rice, in their food, they're like, if it's not taste, that taste in your taste bud. If it's not tasting salty, you will not like it. So please, that's one of the foods to avoid. Even if you don't have hypertension, I think it's very important to put things in moderation, not every time salty food. Also, avoiding canned goods like processed meats, like fried foods. All these things, we always have to replace processed foods with real hygienic and healthy foods. Showing even on the screen, you can see that donuts, cakes, beers, all these things, stay away from them. I used to eat some. I think we're all guilty of still eating canned and processed food, but this is just to state that we have to be very intentional about staying off, processed food, processed meats, fried foods in that sense. We should also avoid, foods in high sodium, like trans fats and added sugars. Coke is one of Nigeria's biggest problems. Pepsi, chilled Pepsi. You see those people that are
back then used to be horrible. You remember, right?
Yes. You see those people that usually hawk this Coke. I think when I see them now, I'm going to be like, you're after my life, right? You're after my life, right? But it just says that we can, I think that it's not impossible, but we can avoid these things, right?
Intentionally.
We can now look at intentionally choosing healthier options and choosing options that we know that in the long run is going to cause it. The meats, I think I need to start identifying where my problems are coming from. I don't have high blood pressure, but these are the things that can add up and cause high blood pressure or hypertension in that sense. Red meat, if you give me food, it has to be full of meat. I have to find a lot of blockage. I have to be saying that where is even the soup in this this food? Those are the things that excite me about food. It's almost like even rice. If I'm eating rice and stew, if the stew has finished, that's the end of the food for me. That I'm not going further again to continue, because who wants to eat dry food? So it's that red meat usually inspires me. So maybe I'm also going to start being intuitive about picking other options like lean meat, like skinless chicken. Maybe I'll eat small skin and leave the rest of the skin for whoever. But then this is just to say that we also have to, even for those who don't have hypertension, and for those who now have hypertension, we have to limit the consumption of red meat and opt for lean meat instead. We also have issues of alcohol and sugary drinks. Yes, we already mentioned Coke and carbonated beverages. So we now have to look at how we can choose water instead. I think water is like our safest option in this case. If fresh juice is too hard to buy or it's too hard to make, let's just choose water. Water is everywhere. Let's just drink water. Kill yourself with water. That is what, just drink water. Drink water and mind your business. Just drink water. Herbal tea too is very important. I think one thing that's very common is that my dad is very intentional about herbal tea. You just come, you just say that there's one poro. He'll just boil it and say, oh yeah, all of you line up,
Nah,
come and drink poro
I
poro.
never like that.
You don't
I
like
never
those?
like that.
You're going to drink
My dad
it.
does that too, but nah.
But then this is him saving. You don't. Do you
True,
have high
true.
blood pressure?
No, I don't.
See, you see why? You see why? So I think that that's one thing that not picking from maybe a seller around the street, but then picking that you can make herbal tea yourself.
Yeah.
Browse, go online, AI, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, all these AI functioning apps have come together to also help us to even cite some of the things that you can even go online now and ask how to make zobo, how to make herbal tea, how to make water, how to boil water, whatever stuff like that. But then you can now ask these apps, you can ask Google what to do to make zobo, to make this, and just to reduce. You can even ask, ChatGPT how to reduce your blood pressure, and you're going to get a lot of options.
Yeah.
And then you can now ask the things that work for you, instead of just coming up with your own idea. So I'm saying all this plenty talk by identifying some of the challenges that I have, even for somebody like me who doesn't have high blood pressure, but also stating that people who have high hypertension also have to note the issues that they might still be implementing in their diet without necessarily knowing that this is also some of the things that have kept their high blood pressure running. We also have to look at monitoring your blood pressure. Whether you have hypertension or not, you have to monitor your blood pressure. When last did you monitor your blood pressure? When last did you check?
When last did you check?
So this is to tell you that you have to check your blood pressure.
Yeah.
I check my blood pressure often because overthinking no is a problem. So I'm always checking to know that, am I going above? Am I normal? Am I going below? What to do? Do I need to rest more, take more water, exercise, all of that? So it's very important. If you are not checking your blood pressure, you are not doing the right thing. So blood pressure is free in a lot of pharmacies, in a lot of health centers. You can check your blood pressure for free. So take a cue of that. And if you feel that maybe going all the way to a health center or a pharmacy is too cumbersome for you, you can buy your own blood pressure machine. There's a manual inside. There's so many videos online showing you how to check your blood pressure on your own, how to adjust your diet, and lifestyle accordingly is part of the things that can cause your blood pressure to rise, reduce, or stay normal. So another thing is, I know be doctor. I just dey talk plenty. I know be doctor. I'm showing how guilty we can also be on this table when it comes to our health. So if you notice that you have high blood pressure, I think the best thing that you can do is to go to a hospital to seek guidance. Don't take laws into your hand by saying that, okay, Okiki has said that
if you don't drink zobo like this now.
If you drink zobo like this, your blood pressure will go downward.
Nigerian.
Please, so I did not say anything. If you have high blood pressure and you know that your high blood pressure, I think that there are gauges to that. There's some that is really high. There's some that you just need to do one or two things and you're back to normal.
Yeah.
Either way, whatever statistics your blood pressure is staying, please visit your healthcare provider to ensure that you are getting the right measures to treating your high blood pressure. It is manageable. It can be reduced. 30% of Nigerians or adults in that sense is not a good number. From 30%, we can get to 40, we can get to 50, we can get to 70, we can even get to 100, where every Nigerian, if I see you, I don't like, you high blood pressure, me high blood pressure, nice to meet you, God's beauty, high blood pressure. Our surnames will now be highbloodpressure.com. So I think that we need to take very huge note of some of the things that are happening. I hope that our audiences are listening and they can take note of the fact that high blood pressure is common amongst adults, most especially people living in Nigeria. We have to go on a break right now. When we return, we'll go into more details concerning how you can manage your high blood pressure and with your dieting. Please stay with us.
Life is made up of moments, some that fill us with joy, others that test our strength. Welcome to Heartlines. This is our space to explore the highs and lows of human connection, the love, the heartbreak, and resilience that shapes our life. From relationships to friendships, parenting to partnerships, and so much more. Every week, we share stories and conversations that define us, navigating love, separations, the struggles of parenting, dealing with anxiety and managing the pressures and stress of life. Real conversations that bring us closer, helping us heal, grow, and connect. So join me Mondays through Fridays at 10 p.m. for Heartlines, the show where we'll connect hearts, have real conversations with real people, one story at a time.
Welcome back to the show. So we're still talking about how to manage hypertension, especially with dietary changes and how you can manage your diet. We have some comments here. We have somebody saying, also, don't take people's drugs. I don't know where people got that idea from.
Jesus
yes,
Christ.
and I think that is very common because I can say that, oh, we both have hypertension, and then somebody has gotten hypertensive drugs. I feel like, oh, since it's a two of us thing, and then you start to take that person's drugs, not knowing if the person is at like the red limit
That's so
or
wrong.
in the green or in the orange. You just feel like, okay, let us take the drug. So this person is also saying that consult your doctor. Yes, consult your doctor.
Emphasis.
Consult your healthcare provider. Make sure that your hypertension is unique to you versus your drugs. This person also said, also, men, don't take women's drugs and vice versa.
Like, no, I don't even think it's very funny because how are you guys even
Do you know
thinking
what this
about
thing
this?
reminds me of? There are certain, this is me diverting a bit, there are certain relationships where the man will use the woman's toothbrush and the woman can use the man's toothbrush just because we're in a relationship. The woman's skincare is not safe.
Hi.
As far as you are using the skincare, I'm using the
Me too, I
skincare
can
with
use
you
it
too,
too.
regardless of the situation of the skin of the person that even bought the skincare. So I think that while this might sound very funny, is the fact that people can take people's drugs, and then people don't also realize that taking other people's drugs without necessarily knowing whether or not that drugs works for you is very bad. We have Deborah also saying, good morning, lovelies. Avoid too much salt and Maggi. People are using it too much in foods. There are many herbs we can use to flavor foods. And I think I completely agree
Thank you
with that.
so much, Deborah.
I don't know if you know about, some people call it ogiri. Some people call it iru. We
Yes,
fondly
I
call
know
it
that.
iru. Yes, some people say it's ogiri. Some people have so many names
Yes.
for it. But that used to be a very good sweetener for foods back in
People
the days.
still
As
use
my
it
dad, yes, people still use it.
Maybe
but
not the Gen
alongside,
Zs, but because of the smell.
people still use it alongside a lot of Maggi, salt.
Yeah.
Worst of, there's now a lot of seasoning that's come out. Egusi spice, stew spice, this spice, that spice. You now combine it. Your stew will now be looking very reddish. Your meat too would have changed color and be looking like this when you want to eat it. So I think that's what Deborah is saying here is very correct. That no, first off, avoid too much salt and Maggi. Sometimes I think you can do without salt in your rice. To be honest, if you have spiced your stew enough,
Yeah.
I think that just avoiding
True.
salt completely in rice is going to help you to manage and have some balance. And then Maggi, for me, Maggi has always been one thing that I don't really subscribe to. I try as much as possible to use the most minimal Maggi. If I boil meat, that's the same stock I'm using to cook the stew, because if I say I'm introducing new Maggi into the stew again, even if I'm going to touch one or two or spice it up a little bit, it's not going to be where I'm going to be like,
Oh,
that's
nice.
it. Nice. I mean, cook. Sometimes, some people also
my
don't
God.
know that sometimes the food you cook that particular day might taste maybe flat, but on the second day, there's a lot of blended things that has happened. It has now
True.
become very concentrated, and the next day that taste can become sharper,
Yeah.
especially for jollof rice. Party
You
jollof.
sabi.
Goes with his beauty of everything that we are saying on this table.
No, it's not like that.
And she has not checked her blood pressure.
Oh my
That second day, third day jollof rice
I know, it's always nice.
Is the best kind
It's
of
very
rice
nice.
when the maggi
Especially when
and
it's
the
just
salt.
burnt a bit, just a bit. You'd want to finish
I think
everything
I
in
need
the
to go and
pot.
ask Gogo and my healthcare provider
Oh
is
my God.
jollof rice, especially burnt a bit burnt
just a
jollof
bit,
rice.
just-
Is it good for your health? Or it's not good for your health? If it is,
Oh
maybe
my
I'll start
God.
intentionally burning my jollof rice so that
That's shady, but let's keep it.
I will copy God's beauty. Well, Kingdom Relationship Spice also say, hello ladies. I think eating fruits too has a lot of effects in your body. And I once heard an online doctor say fasting has a great effect too.
Yeah.
Fasting. I have an issue with fasting because
Tell me.
some people have ulcer.
Yeah.
So fasting, some people don't even know that they have ulcer, and they think that, okay, ulcer can coexist with high blood pressure, and some people will think that fasting is the way to go since that somebody has recommended that fasting. So personally, I think that you should seek your doctor's advice when it comes to high blood pressure. And some of the things, there can be a lot of underlying illnesses alongside the high blood pressure. So fasting might be good for some people, especially if their high blood pressure comes from fat. If they are very fat, maybe organ fat or just physically fat, they can advise them to fast. But for somebody who has ulcer or other underlying issues, I don't think that fasting is a good approach. Eating fruits is also amazing. It's amazing to eat fruits. Watermelon is my favorite fruit to eat. I'm like, yum, 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 every time. Banana, not so bad. I could choose banana, but you see watermelon and agbalumo.
And mango, please. Wait, what? How can African star
What
apple
did
be
they
your
say?
favorite?
African star. It's called African star for a reason. Agbalumo
Please.
with the seed is a perfect combination.
No way.
Alongside other things. She don't like agbalumo. That's you.
It's very
Maybe
it's
that's
bitter.
why you're not checking your high blood pressure. Maybe if you take agbalumo, you will know that high blood pressure
wow.
is nothing compared to,
I beg.
fruits.
Watermelon works. Bananas, yes. Mango, emphasis on that, please. Then I don't know what agbalumo is doing in your mouth, but
African star. It's African star for a
apple, yeah.
reason. Well, this is just to say that, yes, it is very, 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 very and extremely important for us to check our high blood pressure. And Osas is saying, consult your doctor before fasting. Oh, I like that
Emphasis.
Nigerian. Oh, no go fast. Contact say somebody said, one online doctor said. There's so many online doctors right now. Even me, I can qualify myself as a doctor, not doctor. I'm a doctor.
Oh, nice.
So if I tell you do this, just know that tested and trusted. You need to also learn from it. But
As a
as I said,
doctor.
it is very important for you not to fast before visiting your healthcare provider to ask for how you can manage your hypertension. Oh, let me use the Nigerian sound. Oh, if you have somebody who is hypertensive, I think that you should also share this conversation with the person. Also help this person to maybe understand their dietary changes. If their lifestyle is not helping their high blood pressure also, please also be your brother's keeper. God's beauty. I'm going to be my brother's keeper right now. Today, we're going to go to a pharmacy and you're going to check your high blood pressure.
I will check
your
it.
blood pressure,
I will.
If it's high, I'm taking you straight to hospital.
Wait, no, it cannot be high. I believe.
You believe in what? These are the issues. I think we should also talk about the religious thing.
My God.
Where if you
now.
find yourself that you have high blood pressure, you now say, God forbid. The God that I serve, the Father,
the one that lives inside of me, yes,
the one
is
that
greater.
is living in you is the one that is telling you that you have high blood pressure and you should take care of
God.
it. Don't say that the one that is living in you is greater than
the one in
any
the
power,
world.
any machine that is telling you that you have high blood pressure. Take care of yourself. God is already taking care of us.
I mean,
spiritually, mentally. So take care of yourself. physically. There's no word that I read in the Bible or in the Quran where they said that don't go to hospital, or where they said that don't take care of yourself, or where they said that dietary changes, or people in the olden days, I guess, used to eat well because
Yes,
it
now.
was not
I mean,
a common
more of
thing.
natural.
This thing has now increased. We used to see where
Now,
people would go
processed foods
to the farm and cut fresh leaves and cut all these things. Even I heard back in the days, even the treatment of blood of injuries were made with local herbs and leaves. So please, maybe we need to bring that back. Maybe that is not a culture that we should take away. Excessive alcohol consumption can raise blood pressure. Somebody is also saying that excessive alcohol consumption can raise blood pressure. So please, maybe if you can avoid alcohol completely, please do. That thing is even bitter to start with.
Do you understand? Especially those people that are
doing
taking beer. I can never just understand it.
She's shading you people.
It's not shade.
You people that are drinking beer.
It's not shade.
It's not allegedly. She's actually shading you people that people should stop drinking alcohol.
Yes.
That thing is bitter. I use God beg you people. Stop taking alcohol. If I thought you want to do anything, take herbs. Since you want bitter stuff, carry it with your full chest and carry poro and drink it. Someone here is also saying excessive weight can increase blood pressure. Of course, your weight needs to be in check. That's why you should exercise regularly as much as possible. Please exercise regularly. Walk for 10 minutes, walk for 15 minutes. Don't kill yourself with walking, Sha. But just walk. I hate walking, but I do intentional walking when there's need to do it. Sometimes dancing, intentional dancing, footsteps, footwork, and also not marao, not that footstep where you'll be scattering leg. I'm talking about intentional dance steps where that can also help boost your weight loss or just boost your immune system to just work very well. So, well, this is all Dr. Okikiola is here to say, and her wonderful assistant, God's Beauty, Dr. or nurse. Should I call you Doctor? Doctor. That has not checked her blood pressure has also advised you.
Wow. See, this is why you should not be saying the truth sometimes.
The truth will set you free or make
this
you
one
know.
Is not setting me free.
The truth will either set you free or highlight the problems that you need to challenge.
Oh, that's true.
You see?
That's true.
You see? So I hope that this conversation, will help you to monitor your blood pressure. If you have hypertension, I hope that gets down low, and you can also monitor it through lifestyle, exercise, diet, and every other thing that you need to do to monitor that blood pressure. This is where we end this conversation this morning, and I hope you enjoyed it. You can always be part of our programs and all our topics every day from Mondays to Friday. Our social media handles are showing right now on the screen, so please do well to follow us. Thank you for lending your 2 cents on this show. I'll see you again tomorrow with another banging topic. Bye-bye. Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?